uh, test it out and see how this works. I'm just trying to invite all the fellas in. So I just sent them the link. It has to be people joining my stream, I believe, because um, I had no issues before this. And now it seems to be acting up when people jump into the stream. So I just sent them the link and hopefully they'll be popping in and then we'll get started. But yeah, I'm glad to finally get Hyder on here. We've been trying to put this together for a while. So he's popping in right now. So let's see. There he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Hyder is here. To the toilet. What the heck is that in the background? You're muted, I think. I can't hear you.
He
There you go.
says yeah, mute button's good. Audio should
All
be
right,
good. Video should be
so
good.
there he is, Hyder. Finally glad catching up with you again, man. How's everything been?
Yeah, it's been too long. Sorry, I got to cover that. Turn the volume up. There we go.
No, don't worry about it, man. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been too long, man. We've threatened to do this for a long time.
yeah, and I see you in the accountability group in school all the time, so it was fun to finally do this. Even though I missed the other one, I didn't want to put up with Joe's shit on Monday. That's why. So, um, but that's actually not why I didn't make it. But I hope it was a fun one. Hope you guys got a lot done. Here's Curtis tuning in. Um, yeah, he must be feeling bad too because the Bears lost, so he must be taking it hard.
Here we go. This Bears propaganda, man.
And we're waiting for Harrison, but yeah, how's everything going with you guys? I saw Curtis, I saw you. Are you gonna go to some event or something? I saw.
Yeah, so on Thursday there's this networking group that I help all of their events here in Tacoma. And so I'll be there on Thursday. That's on flipping. And then Saturday, which I haven't posted in this one yet, but on Saturday I'm going to an event with Dion and Mike and Cody and Christian and stuff. So I'll be at the Robin Hood Resort for that one.
Oh, cool. That's the one Dion was talking about on his live today.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, so I'm sure you guys all know who Hyder is. He doesn't need any introductions. I mean, he's everywhere. So I always want to thank him for supporting everyone's channel and keeping all the riffraff out of there. And yeah, janitor on fires here, postal nerds. He says his Cowboys. Yeah, so he's at least he's a Cowboys fan. So I know there's someone below my Bears. I do want to put out there though that I destroyed Harrison in fantasy in our
Golly.
school ORAT fantasy football league. Curtis, no, I'm muting you real quick because Curtis destroyed me last week.
Yeah.
But who's in last place now?
Oh, this guy right here. It's battle
So
for
we,
the bottom.
yeah, we were battling for the bottom, so I beat him. But yeah, so I'm glad we finally got Hyde around, but he kind of brought up the topic, we're going to discuss today, kind of, because I think everyone by now kind of knows my story, and I always talk about not going too fast and kind of pacing yourself. But Hyder did have a kind of different perspective, I guess you could say. But he kind of wants to talk about more about maybe not so much going fast, but how do you pace yourself or how do you find that balance of not doing anything or you're staying motivated or still doing the work. So you want to kind of touch on that a little bit higher on this topic?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. We were chatting while you were trying to figure out the internet there. And I was mentioning to the guys how I hadn't actually seen my buy box in like a couple weeks. I've been caught up in work and there's just so much going on. Even the accountability groups have kind of suffered. And I feel like I'm progressing and I'm doing a few things, but I'm not doing enough. And I'm not doing enough personally to get myself another property. The property that I have with a partnership with others, and that's great and everything, but it was kind of thrown on my lap. I didn't do a whole lot of work to get it. I did do the labor aspects, But as far as determining if it's a good deal and going out and getting the deal, talking to investors, other investors in the neighborhood, and finding PMs and doing all the work that's associated with real estate investing, I really did very, very little. And quite honestly, I haven't reaped the benefits yet. That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Was it's been what, 9 months now that we've had the property, and we have not taken on a check yet. There's been no distributions. So it's a slow move. I was slow getting into it, but it's a slow move as well because it's been 9 months. I haven't gotten a rent check yet. Everything's been going towards paying the project off. But back to what I'm not doing. Haven't been looking at my buy box. I haven't been contacting owners in the area. I haven't been doing what I need to do to get myself a property. And I think the reason I haven't been doing much is because I've gotten really comfortable. I've cut my bills down to the point where I have hardly anything. So I don't need a whole lot. And because I haven't needed a whole lot, I haven't had that drive to go and get a whole lot. So this is me kind of being vulnerable and showing my soft side and motivating myself.
Well, thank you for doing that, but I do want to push back just a little bit. You said the deal kind of just fell in your lap. That's what you had said. But you did a lot of work for everybody in our community to know All Night and Hider, right? You were always commenting, oh, it doesn't start till Hider gets here, right? All of those, right? Do you think if you didn't do that, that the deal would have just fell into to your lap?
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I've done the communication and I've done the cooperation, but I haven't done enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and those are the two key words that I come back to at all times, man, when it comes to real estate investing. Communicate what you want and then cooperate with others to get it. And that just seems like the recipe for success. And that has been what I've been doing. I have been networking and stuff like that, but I haven't really been well, my income, for example, like we were talking about, I got to start this nonprofit to increase my income. Right? It is kind of a duality there, but it's true. I'm just a glorified handyman. So I call myself a contractor, but I don't have a contractor's license. Don't want one. I don't want that overhead. I don't want the strings attached and the burden. Um, but it does limit me in my scope of work. So to scale up, I've been limited. I am hiring my son now, and that's really greatly helping me out. But he is 16. He's just learning the ropes. He's not really able to get me the tools I need before I ask him for them, and that's pretty much the mark of a good helper. Is
Yep.
to anticipate the tools that I need, and then right when I need it, it's sitting there waiting for me because he's handing it to me.
So the question, because you had talked about communication and collaboration. So what is it that you actually want?
Hmm. Good call. I want to find more properties in Gary, so I want to get more involved in Gary. I don't think enough people there know me. I don't think enough people know that I want to get involved in Gary. I want to be more like Millennial Mike in that sense. He has Gary sewn up, and I want to be his right hand man. I really wanted to be the jester of Gary. He can be the king all day long, but I want to be the jester. So, so I need to make myself the jester, and I haven't really been doing that. I haven't been communicating, like I'm communicating to people that I'm in real estate, but I haven't really been communicating. I'm in real estate. This is my buy box. This is where it is. Getting more specific, I guess I should say.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
That said, though, I have been meeting people. In fact, I met with one of my old high school buddies who wants me to convert his garage converted to a room back to a garage. So I'm gonna do all the demo and do the patching and stuff. And in talking to him last night, I was telling him I'm huge into real estate and I'm huge in this community. And he was telling me, that's something I want to do. I don't know how to do it in San Diego. So I was describing Millennial Mike, and in fact, I need to share some of his videos with him. And hey, Jared, I see you there. And yeah, get some of my closer buddies. I shouldn't say my closer buddies, but my buddies from history, get them involved. And this is a buddy I've known for a long time. He's got some cash and he's willing to deploy it. So there's an opportunity for me. So again, I need to do that work. I need to pursue that lead.
Mhm.
Yeah, you've been doing great laying down the foundation, though. I mean, that's the fantastic part. It's like, okay, you might be starting a little bit further back, maybe with cash flow, uh, or with funds, but now you've built that. You've built the friends. You built the family. Like all of us knew exactly who you were before even knowing you. It's like the moment we hear Hyder, we think of you right away. So even all nighter, it's like it ends with Hyder. So
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing great. I mean, it's one of those where it's like, okay, you've got the community behind you, and now you're posting your own video saying, "Hey, I'm out here. I'm interested." And so now all of us, it's like, especially with the down market coming in 2025, all of a sudden it's like, hey, there could be a lot more chances for collaboration. But you're doing the foundations of saying, hey, I'm available. I have skills because how many of us have like I have two left hands, and when I do fixes, at least we can talk to you on how to do it. And so it's like, oh, hey, do you want to help me with this? And then it's like it goes from there. So you're doing a great job. Don't be too hard on yourself about this.
That's awesome. I do appreciate the encouragement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Who
and
let
I'm
this
not trying to get
Jared
down on
guy in
myself.
though?
I need to motivate myself a little bit more.
yeah.
Who let this REI Jared guy in though? Now I hope you guys don't mind. He messaged me and I sent him the link. But yeah, welcome, Jared.
Hey,
Thanks for
guys.
joining
Yeah,
us, man.
I can't make these because I went back to work, but I saw this morning. I was like, oh, cool, I want to be there. But I was just talking to Mitch Ryhoke. Ryhoke, he just bought in Gary, Indiana. And I was talking to him. I was like, oh, crap, I'm like 17 minutes late. And then I jumped on. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have all this stuff. And it was a YouTube thing. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're just want to connect with Hyder. It's hard connecting when he was doing so much things. So figured, and we'll see how this time turns out and what kind of turnout we get. But everyone is welcome to join in whenever they can and shoot whatever questions they have in. So yeah, but yeah, Hyder, I think like they already touched on. There's not much more that I think I can say. I mean, you're always in everyone's chat, supporting everyone. So like they just saying you're kind of just laying the foundation and groundwork. And I think we always talk about it too, right? You're not always going to be able to buy every deal or every property out there. But right now, you're probably going to have way more opportunities that come across your plate, just because of what you're doing, always being out there supporting everyone else.
Jared, are
Yeah,
you
right on.
coming up again for the Robin Hood event?
No, I saw that it was there, but it's not, that's a multifamily thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went mainly to meet Dion. I didn't care
Okay.
about any of that. And I was hoping to meet Cody, but he didn't show. He was on virtual, right?
Cody will be there in this time though.
Yeah,
And
that's what he said
and
last
he's
time too.
engaged now, though, right? He's engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got engaged in Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So that was cool. He was also let's see, yeah, Batman is everywhere, Janitor on Fire. Yeah. It's kind of an inside joke. He's a big Batman or DC superhero guy. But yeah, cool, man. So Hyder, what else are you working? I know I kind of know a little bit more stuff because from the accountability group on Monday. But what was that other kind of thing? I guess maybe that you're supposed to be getting done, I guess. Like what are you working on right now?
Oh, yeah. I'm supposed to be getting that deck done. I need to get my construction work done so that I can focus on the nonprofit and restarting the program that my father ran some 25 years ago called Safe Streets Now, where he would go into a neighborhood that was having a problem with, generally it was a tenant, and he would organize that neighborhood, the neighbors that were willing to cooperate with one another. He would organize them and coach them how to create a small business or a small claims court case. Coach them how to create the court case, how to document all of the facts, and then also how to contact the owner of the property. Because, like I said, generally it was a tenant. So he would coach them on how to contact the owner of the property. And when notice is given, liability is transferred. So if a homeowner doesn't know that their tenant is a problem, they're not really liable for that tenant. Once they're notified, hey, your tenant is a problem, then they're liable. And that's when things would start moving. And generally, he wouldn't have to do a whole lot. He would just coach them and have them contact that homeowner, and then the homeowner would take action. I think he said something like 90 or 95% of the time. So very few of his cases ever went to small claims, but he did win each one. He's still around, so I have him as a mentor. I actually need to contact him and ask him when I should start this nonprofit, because that's something I don't know. Should I create my reputation first and do a couple cases and then start the nonprofit, or should I start the nonprofit and create a little bit of legitimacy first?
Weren't you supposed to go to some bar also though?
Oh, you want me to say I'm supposed to go to the gay bar? Yeah, so okay, so I'll explain the gay bar. I talked to a sheriff buddy of mine, and I explained this whole thing. Hey, I want to do this program. My dad did. It's civil nuisance abatement. He said, "Great, that sounds awesome. I remember something about that, but times have changed." And he said people are less cohesive. Neighborhoods are less cohesive. So when he said that, my mind immediately went to the homosexual community. They're not only are they unfortunately they're targeted, but they just seem a little more tightly knit and willing to communicate and work with one another. So that's where my mind went, and I've contacted a few of the friends that I have, and nobody really has any problems, thankfully. but but yeah, that's the community that I actually think I'll find a targeted place that I can find a solution for them. Yeah.
And Max was all ready to go with you, right? Max and Joe were signing up to go with you. I know Max is here. I don't know. Joe might be sleeping already, but I'm sure Max is gonna comment.
Yeah, I
What
haven't
you,
done the gay bar thing yet. Just
hey,
contacted. There's a few neighbors in the neighborhood, and yeah, I may though. It quite honestly, they are fun. I went years
I'm
ago, bunch of girls, and I had a great time.
no, I bet, yeah. What about you, Jared? What are you working on now? What do you think of? Did you hear the kind of topic that Hyder want to cover tonight? Did you kind of hear the main?
Missed the first 15 minutes of it. I heard the vulnerable part.
So it's kind of how like how you kind of say that I helped you a little bit where you didn't go too quickly. You didn't, you kind of slowed down a little bit. So Hyder was talking about kind of finding that balance though, like how he feels like he hasn't been studying his buy box. He's been kind of sitting back. He hasn't looked at Gary for a while. So how do you balance that? Like, it seemed like it was a struggle for you also, right? Like you wanted to go fast, but then you was able to kind of slow yourself down. But how do you find that balance of finding that kind of where you're still doing the work every day, staying motivated, but at the same time not just buying any deals that come across your plate?
Well, for me, it got blown out of the water because I went back to work like a dumbass. Oh wait, can I say Beth?
Oh, you can say whatever you want. You can say
I don't know what's
Trump.
going on.
You can say
Yeah,
Trump
This is only the internet.
2024.
Right.
You can say Trump
Only internet.
2024 or whatever you want to say, man.
Yeah, so I'm wrapped up in the W-2, so that really screwed up my investment time. I still do it at night and when I can, but with the wife and 3 kids and life and everything and soccer and all this stuff for the kids, not me. It gets rough, but man, I'm fortunate because I had the whole year just to focus on it, so I could see if you have the time, the damage you can do, or not the damage, but the good. So I was gonna go, 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 and when you have 6 different people who are investors tell you the exact same thing. That's how dumb I am. I had to get out of my own way. Like, Dion had said it, Curtis, when we were up there at when you and I sat with Millennial Mike for hours on end and we got their time, their dedicated time. That was freaking awesome. And you and I were the only ones that were, because those guys are single family, small multi. So they weren't big multi. So nobody really talked to them, but we did. We took advantage of that. But Dion had told me to slow down, and I'd heard about you, Mark, before I even met you through Dion, right? And then Millennial Mike said all this stuff, and I wasn't listening. And then Coach Carson was the one that did it for me. He just said, "Look," I could see it in his eye that he could see in my eyes that I was a nut job. And he said it in this way, and I'll never forget it. He looked at me, and he's tall, right? So he's looking down on me. He says, "Look, man." He said it just like this. He knew him. And he goes, "Look, man. If you go out and buy 10 houses today and you're going to learn all these problems, you're going to pay for it 10 times. When you go out and buy one house and then you learn some things, which I did, then you're going to avoid that cost 9 times." So I did. I bought one house and I sat on it for like 4 or 5 months. And then until I did the pilot and everything's cool. And then I went bam, bam, just go, go, go. So we bought 3 houses in like 8 months or whatever. And then I decided, okay, the only reason I stopped was taxes. I wanted to evaluate after this tax season because I'm liquidating IRA funds to see and I've done the math, and I'm going to pay, but I want to get through the tax season. That'll give me a really good estimate on what I'm doing, and then next year I'm going to go ham, man. So we'll see. But the plan is to get 2, 3 more, maybe 4 more next year. But now that we have systems and processes, then we'll go for it. And then hopefully I can get out of the W-2 in like a year or so, and we'll see how it goes from there. But
Still in Arizona? Is that where
yeah, I'm trying to do you listen to the big guys. They say focus, fixate on one course until successful. And there's a hidden benefit there that I keep finding and talking to people that have been in it for a while. You Mark, you're in Pennsylvania, right? And so I did talk to you about that, and I'm still kind of evaluating, but I'm going to stick with Arizona, I think, and just continue with my strategy, because I've learned in the last maybe 5 months that when you fixate on something like that, you become known as that type of investor, right? So I've got 25 units now. I'm hearing about more and more things coming my way in that space. Other people that did one and they didn't like it and they want to get out of it. I'm like, dude, I'll take that sucker from you. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to see the benefits of sticking to one strategy in one market. And even that last house I bought, I got for 120 grand off. So I mean, that's not normal, obviously, right? I mean, the guy was looking for 585, and I just happened to be the right buyer in the right place with the right strategy, and it just freaking worked. I don't know what the hell the guy was doing, but he turned a regular house into an 8-bedroom, 3-bath, and then it didn't work out for him after like 5 months of trying to make it work in different strategies. So he wanted to sell it and couldn't sell it. I mean, how do you sell an 8-bedroom, 3-bath house, right? And then I'm like, I'll take it, but I had to do it for this price, and it took me 2 or 3 months of negotiating with the guy, but we got him down to 465, man. I stole it from the guy. I feel bad, but that house appraised the other day for I think 525, and that's down from 550 or whatever it was at. He was trying to sell it as a business for the 585, and I wasn't a business, So that's what I'm doing, sticking to that market.
Nice.
Hyder, how often do you communicate with Simon? Like, I know he bought his primary house, but would you say he's kind of avoiding real estate? I mean, I guess he's not really looking to invest in real estate, or um what is his kind of asset class, I guess you would say.
Yeah, that's a good question. We've talked about it last year in February when we were at Vegas. We talked about it, and he had brought up his foreclosure. So he's a little once bitten, twice shy. But I've noticed since then he's said these little things, just little things that's hinting that he's becoming more open to it. And especially since I'm getting into it, he's and Zuber, he knows all of us. He's part of the community. So he's got this community to lean on. Yeah, I think he's opening up to it. Yeah, I'd really love to see him get a property.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like you said, I like his story too, like how he talks about his foreclosure and just even just now how he looks at, I've gained this much equity in my house, and my payment is this much lower than rent and all these things. So it's pretty cool seeing that.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
when he was purchasing the house and he was telling people he was vulnerable too, and he's saying like, "Man, I don't know about this. It's scaring me, and I don't know if I should do it, but there's no other alternative." And he went for it. But I remember all the chat, man. Oh man, some people were saying don't do it. Some people were saying go for it, and the chat was torn. It was, yeah, there was a lot of turmoil there for him.
I have to admit, his comment section on his chats have some of the more engaging and kind of back and forth between the audience, I guess, in there. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely an engaging community there. There's been people there for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's a fun place though, but I don't know how you remember everyone.
Oh man, it's difficult. It is very difficult. It's oh man. I don't necessarily remember everyone, but I'm familiar with everyone. if that makes any sense.
Mm. Oh, yeah. You know what? How many of you guys tuned into Dion's live today? I saw Hyder there, or Jared. I saw you there, I believe.
Yeah, I was there for a
Harrison,
little bit.
yeah. So I don't even remember the person's name, but someone was kind of commenting that they thought Zuber was greedy. Was that the right way where they put it?
Yeah, that's
And
what they were putting.
yeah, I mean
Yeah, that was
they did
rubbing me wrong too, and I was
yeah,
really kind of waiting to see what Dion was going to say about that.
yeah. I
But me
mean,
me personally, I don't like to censor people. If somebody wants to, I don't think he was being a dick, but if somebody wants to be a dick, hey, be a dick. Show yourself as a dick. Sunshine is the best disinfectant. But it's also not my channel. But yeah, I was just kind of waiting to see what Dion had to say about that, and I was kind of trying to steer him away from the words like greedy. I don't know if you
yeah.
saw that, but yeah, I tend to try to influence people in their comments with my comments. Especially if they're like showing up all angry or something like that, just kind of try to chill them down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he did compliment Dion, but Dion was like, "Hey, you know, Zuber's my friend, so don't, you can compliment me, but I still don't, don't be saying stuff about my friends, kind of thing." But which was cool, but yeah, I think, and then you had a great, like you said, your response also was, like you said, you think Zuber is trying to build more of a community already. So like his videos are a little bit different now, and he's not really, I guess, maybe trying to teach in a sense. Like Dion is definitely still in that kind of teaching and helping people learn certain things. But like you said, Zuber's trying to build this community, and yeah, I think that's much different than being greedy. I guess I don't know. But yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But yeah, it was interesting to see someone mention that in the comments. But yeah, what about you,
Yeah, I
Curtis?
thought so too. It struck me as a little negative for this community. Like most people in this community are really positive, and then I see these kind of out off the wall negative comments. Like, oh man, that's out of place.
Maybe had
But
a
yeah, I
better
do think
day. Who
Zuber
knows?
is focusing more on building the school community. Like we have our YouTube community, and that's all fine and dandy. I love it. But the school community is just a little more tight knit, and we can DM each other there. That's really cool. We can see everybody that's in there can see who's in there. So yeah, it's easier to communicate that way. That's for sure. And Zuber's doing that. I think that's his job, right? Like we all have these different organs in our body. The heart doesn't do what the lungs do, and the lungs don't do what the heart does. Well, Dion's doing his thing, and Zuber's doing his thing, Lumberjack's doing his thing, Mike's doing his thing, everybody's doing their thing, and together as a community, that's what makes us stronger. If we were all doing the same thing, it'd be a little weird.
Yeah, very true. I like that. And Jason says, yeah, he's never seen that person before. So yeah, I haven't seen that person before. We got Cody, big fellas here. Thanks for stopping by. BuzzTune, thanks for the super chat. But yeah, it's a good turn. They said Dion's session ended, so maybe a few other people will be popping by. And I've been mentioning, I'm not sure if any, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows already that's listening, but if you guys haven't checked out Frank, Old Guy REI's t-shirt for the ORAT event, the PayPal links in the comments, so go kind of look for that. But see, Harrison wears the
Yep,
shirt.
I'm rocking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frank was on my live and
so
he didn't even wear the shirt. I was like, "What the hell are you doing, man? I'm
oh,
trying to promote your shirt and you're not even wearing it."
Hey, can I tell you guys a little story?
Anything you
I
want,
love
man.
stories.
I told Frank I would wear the ORAT shirt to Pace Morby's house for that interview that I did with him, which hasn't shown up on YouTube yet, and I did. And wow, how many viewers do you have? 9. Okay, so hopefully this. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna say it. I hope it's all good. So I wore that shirt, and Pace. We had about 45 minutes before the camera crew got there. Dude, Dion, his comments about I don't want any of that ick on me, it got to Pace, man. Because he saw that shirt and he's like, he just went into I was like, oh God. So to the point where once I had a chance, I changed the shirt like after the videos, like I wore it in the videos, but then I had to go downstairs. I didn't have to, but he invited me to go downstairs and hang out with some people. He was talking network and all that, and I did, but I went and changed my shirt before I went down there. I was like, wow.
Well, maybe that's why it hasn't aired yet, and
That's true. That
maybe it
might be.
never will be aired.
Yeah, that would suck though, because I mean I flew down there and everything, and whatever. I mean, I know he's backlogged and his editors are doing all their thing, but I've been checking like every day, like when's this thing coming out?
I've been noticing a lot of other people. I don't know if attacking pace is the right word, but I've been seeing a lot of kind of fake guru videos coming out about him. What's the guy Tom McKay, Flip Anything USA just had one
Mm,
talking about pace, but yeah, I mean, like I said, just like anything, right? Even like Ryan Pineda, when we went for the ORAD event last year, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea, right? But just like anything, right? I mean, I'm sure there's people even in the ORAD. I mean, not everyone probably relates to every one of his Zuber speakers that come on and whatnot, but
yeah.
that's just how it's gonna be. But just
Yeah,
be
when you get that
respectful.
big, you're gonna have haters. But man, I can tell you, Pace, you want to talk about a go-giver. That dude, I mean, he just gives everything he's got to people. I mean, he's actually he has a thing every month he does called the No One Left Behind Challenge. And what he does is he gets people that are kind of him hawing around or whatever, and he's basically pulling people up, kicking and screaming, and then getting them paid. Like the people that were in there that were when I was there, they were part of that No One Left Behind challenge. And I think there was like 10 people, and all of them made about 12 grand that week because he had done a couple deals that they were in on. Pace basically did them, but they were there learning and got paid. And so, I think his thought process is if you trigger that dollar amount, man, your brain switches on. Like, I don't know about you guys, but that first rent check that comes in, that changes everything because that means all the work you did, you've just proved that it works, right? So that's what he's
Yeah.
doing. He's getting people and he's bringing people up, even the people. I kind of disagree with that. You got to have a little bit of gumption yourself, but whatever. And he's just the ultimate go giver, man. Like I've been around the guy for a couple years now, and he catches a lot of flack and he keeps going. So more power to him. I
Yeah.
like the guy.
No, exactly. Yeah. I guess Cody Evers has an exclusive old guy REI shirt. Said he has a vintage one. Hmm. Yeah, maybe he'll bust it out in I don't even know. I'm assuming Cody was going to be in Vegas in February, but I haven't talked to him recently, but
Yeah, he's gonna be there. He
he's
told
going to
me.
be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. I'm sure I know Hyder's going to be there. I'm sure Hyder's going to be on stage too again this
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
I am gonna try.
Yeah. I told Jen, I don't know if you guys oh yeah, you're all in school. I told Jen I'm gonna identify as a female tomorrow and join the ladies of ORAT Zoom call and
Ooh.
cause some trouble tomorrow, but
Get the wig out.
don't need a wig. I'm 4B now. I'm shaving my head to protest and Trump losing. We're gonna get canceled tonight, that's for sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anything? What else you guys want to talk about? Any deals you guys working on? What do you guys? I know, Jared, you seem to get a lot of questions because what you're doing is very unique and not kind of the norm for most people. So, anything new on your front as far as the rent by the room or like I know, well, what changed? That's why the company you're using changed.
Yeah, the pad split is the property manager, at least for the member acquisition and the rent collection. And so they changed their fee structure. And I tried to tell everybody back this in May because I read the fine print. And everybody's like, oh, you're just so negative. And so I just dropped out of the whole Facebook pad split thing. And now everybody's like, hey, this is BS because the fee structure. So the first year, you're not really going to make any money. So we're still looking for co-living, but we're going to run it ourselves. I've got 2 or 3 property managers I've been talking to, and one guy that's not even a property manager. He's my handyman, and he's a superintendent. So he trying to find someone to help me out. Right. I mean, I fly down a lot, but you need someone local pretty much. Well, maybe not local, but I suck at marketing, so I need someone to help me with the marketing piece, and then potentially the rent collection. I don't know. So we're still trying to figure it out. So I have to pivot. I looked into Pennsylvania, like you said, but the cash flow. Sorry, I'm greedy too, just like Zuber. Cash flow is not going to do it for me. And then it was actually Mikey that helped me out quite a bit. You told me to reach out to him, so I did. He's on here too, BuzzTune, yeah. And he was talking about the maintenance, and you guys scared me with the wet basements, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to eat into my cash flow, and so I just was like, And so I looked into sober living, but they pay about 25% over LTR, which is good, but I'm spoiled, man. I'm totally spoiled. So I'm going to go back to my co-living roots, if you will, and just focus on that and just go and learn. I did attend Sam Wiegert's training, so I got that strategy understood. It's the same thing in co-living, but different. What I'm doing now is a 30-day commitment with rent by room, week by week after that, and I furnish. For those 3 houses, I'll leave them in pad split. Moving forward, I'm going to buy a normal house, not add bedrooms, most likely, maybe 1 if that, and then rent by room, but not furnish it. And then try to focus on getting people that get along, that type of mentality, right? So that 6 to hopefully I can get 1-year leases, but stagger them and just do that. It won't be the same amount of cash flow, but the first year, probably be a little rough, but after that, I think we can stabilize. And if I can figure that out, then I'll just go forward with that. And we, as you guys know, I'm old, I'm 50. I just now figured this out. You guys are younger, so you got time. Me, I don't. So I'm trying to supercharge every little thing I can. Velocity banking is a big thing for me. That's really, I know a lot of people, I don't know why more people aren't doing it. It's freaking awesome, right? So if you can get like a HELOC or line of credit, man, you can really supercharge some stuff there. And I'm not trying to pay off properties. I'm just trying to pay down the interest portion of the principal. So that way I get more of the tenant buying down. So I'll give you an example. Is this cool if I go off on this, or should I?
Oh, do whatever you want.
Like
man.
I've got 4 properties, but 3 are rental income. One is a 7.65 rate, another's a 7.5, another was a 6.25. The 6.25 I'm gonna leave alone. 7.5 I'm gonna leave alone because I owe 325. It's worth 5 something. Then the one that's at 300, I've got a 7.5 rate on that, and it's worth 5 something too. So I'm going to target that one, and I've done the math. And if I take 30 grand out of the HELOC, plop it down on the principal, that knocks out $56,000 of interest, and it costs me $600 over the course of the 4 months that I have to have that HELOC to do it. Now I can do that because I've got about $9,100 a month in positive cash flow, so it takes me about 4 months to pay that 30 grand back. And so for me, it's a no-brainer. But then now what's happened is I knocked off 4.5 years of my 30-year mortgage. And again, I'm not trying to pay the mortgages off. I'm trying to get my loan to value down to say 50% fast, and not to do anything other than cash out refi whenever the rates come down. Right. So I'm using debt to pay down debt. It's going to cost me about $600 in interest, because that 30 grand cost me about 300 the first month, and then the 2,100 or 21,000 cost me like $210. That's at 10%, but I'm doing it. It's 8%, but I'm doing easy math there. So it doesn't cost me much to pay that interest down on the front end of that mortgage, and it knocks it out. And so to me, it's a no-brainer. Plus, let's say the rates never come down, at least I'm not leveraged as much, but I plan on being leveraged as soon as I can. I'm going to leverage up to 80%. So, so I'm going to pull out about 200 grand out of the 2 houses if I can, buy 1 or 2 more, and then also exhaust the rest of my IRA money for 2 more. So I've got about 2 bullets I can fire for 2 more houses now. I'll do that next year. And then I can pull out cash out refi tax free. So I think I can pick up 4 more properties at 20% down if I had to. But I'm looking at creative deals, things like that. So at that point, should be pretty good. I mean, we're at 5K net now. All our expenses are paid, but if we have a bad month, that's why I'm back at work for a year or so. And then, so I'm trying to just supercharge this sucker and go 90 miles an hour, which I don't recommend. Like, you should go slow, you should learn, but I had the benefit of it being off for an entire year. And I spent that whole year 100%. When I mean 100%, I mean nut job, right? My family was sick of me, my friends, I lost a lot of friends. Like, all I do is real estate, right? So I kind of turned into a nut job, but I'm doing that because I want to be done sooner than later. So,
but you also love it. That's why, right?
Yeah.
You love you can do this every night, I think, seems like.
We do.
But
Yeah.
we got Frank, old guy. He must have heard us talking about him, so he's popped in. He was laughing when I think he heard you say that you're old. Well, see, hey Frank, if you are sending
Got your shirt
support
right
on your
here.
shirt. Joe Farrell is here. He was supposed to be on, but he told me he's going to be drunk at this time, so he wasn't going to be able to make it. But he's apparently here thinking about us. So
Definitely get
I don't
him
know.
on.
I don't know what he's doing. If he's drunk, Joe, if you're there and you're drunk, you're welcome to join us. But he did go to some speakeasy. I was kind of worried. He put it on his Facebook. He said he went to some speakeasy thing, and I was kind of hesitant to see where he was headed down those stairs. But if you're there, let me know if you want to hop on, man.
So I got a question for the group. So I kind of got two projects happening at the same time here, so I'm kind of juggling. They're almost done, but so my old duplex, I'm reintegrating a room, so they're going from a 2 bed to a 3 bed, and they're fine with a huge rent increase, and they want a 2 year lease, so that's a big win, going from 16 and some change all the way to 2,400, so that's a big win. But I'm adding a bedroom in the triplex and that I'm at now. And so I'm gonna get a real a roommate. So we're gonna share the bathroom, share kind of the kitchen and area and stuff. And I'm debating on how I market the room. On do I do it like I would for a normal like tenant? Do I have the high credit score, or do I go more like a person that I'm friends with? Like I know I can actually cohabitate with them. That's kind of the like the battle that I'm mentally having.
We may have a drunk person joining us, just giving you guys a heads up. But he asked for a link, so we'll see what happens. But cool, yeah. Curtis, I'm amazed. You're doing. I mean, but I threw you off. You told me you said I got it. I'm going to be teaching. I can't join the
Oh
live.
yeah,
And I'm like at 10 o'clock at night. What are you teaching? But it's like, what the shit, man. But yeah, it's always fun connecting with you guys, man. But so the event's this weekend, the one or
I have two this week. I have one on Thursday. That one's gonna be on flipping, and then
that's the one I saw.
yeah, and so I always help with that one, and it's great because I'm there early. I help check people in, so everyone that enters that event, I'll have an interaction with. So that's really cool.
And yeah, you didn't even tell me you was gonna be on Ariel's channel. I just saw the thing and I was like,
Well,
what the sh?
I was like a month ago, and but she's so busy that she backlogs them and stuff.
Mm, yeah, she's been doing a lot recently.
He's so smart, man.
Yeah, yeah.
They're about to come out with the new coffee closers next week.
Yes. You see, Joel is drunk. He hasn't clicked on the. He's figuring out how to use the link right now, I think.
Hit the middle one, Joe.
Uh, yeah. Have you met Joel, Jared? No,
No,
right?
but I can talk smack like you do. So there you go.
What do you mean, like me? Uh, I know there he is. Hold on. All right. There he is.
Reminds me of Tombstone, where he says, "I got two guns, one for each of you."
No slurred speech now, Joel.
What's up, guys? No, I just got here. I just got here.
You just got, what time is it? Dude, you know you're like 45, right? What are you doing out right now?
I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl at this point in my
Are
life.
you watching? Oh, I thought you were watching Fox News in the back. Like, what the hell?
No, I'm at a sports bar. I'm just thankful that they're actually open. It's crazy because like bars are closing so early now compared to back the last time I was single 15 years ago. Places are closing like 10 o'clock these days.
Yeah. What's bedtime anyway? I mean, you should be in bed right now, man.
I should be.
Yeah. So Jared's, I don't know if you met Jared before. Jared does co-living stuff, rent by the room in Arizona, but he lives in Oregon. So he's doing a lot of cool stuff over there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you should have him on. Well, I don't know. Would you say you made some money on Amazon, right, Jared? You should be on Joel's podcast.
I think I made $11.
Oh, see,
There you go.
that's side income, earning extra income.
I put the little links in my YouTube channel for the affiliate links or whatever, and then I
Yeah.
was like, "What the hell is this?" And it was $11. I'm like, "That's cool." And it's funny because I know the person that did it. Essentially, he's one of my borrowers. I do private money lending, and I'll say his name, Ralph Pombo. He operates out of Texas. He lives in California but flips in Texas, and he's wanted to try the co-living thing, and so he went and bought everything on my list.
Cool. At least you know it works.
Your $12 sounds like my only payout from X monetization. Like $12.95.
That's
I'm waiting for my
right.
next one.
I made
Yeah.
75 bucks off of YouTube before they went to their 4,000 watched hours and 1,000 subscribers back in the day. And the number one video that I had was not a video that I was trying to do anything with. It was a how-to video on how to swap out a serpentine belt on an LBZ Duramax. Nobody had posted one. This is old. I was in the army and I was a mechanic and I do things my way, which is fast. And I don't like taking apart the whole top of the engine. So I do things efficient, let's say, and everybody loved it and it blew up. And that one video was the reason why. It was weird.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Mark, how's the background noise here? Is it okay or too loud?
It's all right. I mean, maybe you can just mute yourself when you're not talking, and then if you're gonna say something, just pop back in. Um, let's see. What did Frank say here? Hey Mark, it's really fun to just pop in to cause trouble. Now I understand. Yeah, Frank. Frank, I'm never trying to cause trouble. I'm always trying to support everyone. But hi, yeah, hi there. How's your YouTube channel going? I know you took a little break for a while when you're in Alaska, but you seem to be picking up on the videos again.
Yeah, I'm picking up on the muscle to make videos more daily. But yeah, kind of running into a wall as far as topics.
Well, that's why I like the lives. That the
Yeah, good
lives is
call.
just it's easy, and then you can cut them up for clips, and you don't always have to be the one talking. So a lot of times it's like Curtis or it's Frank or even like Ned. There's a lot of stuff I found out about Ned. I didn't even know. I completely forgot he had like a brain tumor maybe, but he had brain surgery and he had to relearn everything, and I completely forgot about that. And yeah, I guess he was a bodybuilder too before, so he lost. He's down to like 145. And if you ever met Ned, he's like 6'3", maybe 6'4". He's a tall guy.
I think he's 6'4". Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got my bodyguards for Vega. I got Ned, Curtis, Wissing. Wissing's kind of flaky, so we'll see. But
Uh, though, Hyder, though, with all these projects that you do, you could just film those, just talk about those, right?
Yeah, that's right. I think Joe V was talking about that. He was recommending that I film my projects that I'm working on. Yeah, and actually that has gotten some great responses.
Yeah, because like for folks like me that were like, I'm good with people, I know what to look for, house hacks or multifamily and things like that. The area that I lack the most in is knowing what things cost as far as projects goes or the materials or how long it should take. And if you did some clips about that, I feel like the community would get huge value.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, that would be good actually to do show like, hey, this is the project I'm doing right now, and this is around about the price that I'm charging.
Mhm.
This is the date that I'm doing it, so it's relevant.
Yeah, and your fixes with like the Gary videos, that was really good. I also really liked what was it? The fixing up your hot water heaters as well. It's like those are all just really simple things, but they get a lot of traction because people like, when they're saying, how do I fix this? It's like it's yeah, I go to YouTube. I'm like, let's go to YouTube. So
The one
hey,
I liked the best was Hyder walking across open floor joists, filming it, and I was like, "Oh shit, he's going down, man!" That was like a good 12-foot drop.
so
I
Jen is
did
here.
once too. I did once.
Yeah.
I was wearing my sandals and I didn't pick my toe up enough, so the toe of my sandal caught the joist, and I didn't get my toes on there enough to actually catch the whole body weight. And I went down a little bit, caught myself on my hips. Didn't feel too good. My son was laughing. Oh man, he thought it was hilarious.
If you had Crocs on, you would have been safe. We don't have had that problem.
There you go. Have your son film while you're working, and then when you eat it, you just put that on Funniest Home Videos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jen is here. So if anyone, I don't know, she's running the Ladies of ORAT Zoom call tomorrow. So that should be a good turnout. Joe, I haven't seen any like waitresses serve you or anything yet so far.
Any what?
Are you drinking? What are you doing? No one else there?
Oh, there's plenty of people here.
Oh,
It's just loud.
oh, cool.
Just
Cool.
loud.
You gonna film with anyone tonight? You're gonna record anyone? Talk to
It's not a bad idea. Never thought about it. This is a bar that's like literally walking distance from my house. So like I could have a couple cocktails, walk home.
Hey, what's up, Josh? Josh is here stopping by. I think Josh said he's not going to be in Vegas this year, I believe. I think he had something going on, he said. But are you guys excited for Vegas? You guys all set up? You guys got your tickets, your reservations? Well, Harrison, you're still kind of waiting, yeah?
No, I got my ticket, but I'm just so I've been given the go ahead to go. So that's awesome. Which is but you know, baby's gonna be here mid-January. So I think she said go for it. So the big thing is I'm actually debating whether to upgrade to VIP or not. I think that's the big question. So I'm like, I know it's like because I bought it when Curtis did. I was like, I'm just gonna do the regular one. It'll be fine. But now I'm kind of like, I'm in my through buyer's remorse or something. It's like, because it's like, well, you know, you get to hang out with everyone. And Frank was telling me how he got his. I was like, ooh, that's a good point. So I don't know. I'm waffling right now.
Wait, what was the Frank? Why did he get his? What was the story there?
Well, I mean, it's just like you're getting like contact with everybody.
Oh,
And then yeah, and then Cody was telling me that it's like you get the comfortable seats when when you get the VIP as well. So I was like, I like that idea too. So
Well,
I cheated.
nobody said anything to Cody last year. He just sat wherever he wanted. And it was just like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna tell this guy to move, but
I cheated one during the breaks, whatever. I just walked around. That's how I talked to Coach Carson and all the Jason Pritchard and all those. I just talked to them. I didn't have the VIP, but I spent 10 minutes with each one of them while they were out and about, you know.
great.
Yeah, I feel like we can intercept them. Like, I'll just be watching. Okay, let me go.
Real estate snipers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
since Frank is hopefully still here, I'm not trying to make trouble or anything, but there was a question kind of posed to him, I guess, in school about having a picture on your profile. So do you guys think that's important to have, or is it kind of like Frank has his logo, right? Do you think it's better to have his face on there, or is his kind of brand or his logo fine, you think? What do you guys think?
Coming
vote
from
for
the
the logo.
mods perspective, I prefer having some kind of personalized picture on there, whether it's a face or a logo, just something different from everybody else.
Or you can do everything. Like, look at my background. I got the QR code face. You know what nobody ever sees? Let me show you. Look at this little guy right here.
And make sure you have pants on now.
Yeah.
You're standing like
That little guy is I told AI to build me that's based off Coach Carson, by the way, because he's talking about climbing the mountain. And so I said, AI, create me a mountain that a guy's climbing up, put a house on top. And that's what it came up with. So I used that.
Are those two Mount Hoods behind you as well? Is that what it's supposed to be?
I don't know. They're just mountains. Yeah, let's go with that.
cool. What about you, Curtis? Because you do not have, yeah, yours is just your, well, in school you do. You have a picture, right?
Yeah. I thought I put a good picture up there. I like to do propaganda, so it's probably a better picture than I actually look like, but that's okay.
I thought you were gonna say you had a Bears jersey on.
Oh no. No, I don't need to scare the people away.
Hey, that was not a catch. I just want to put that out there. That was not a catch at the end of the game, but that was bullshit. But anyways, what about you, Joe? What about you, man? What do you have because your branding is pretty good. So, strive for 25, stair step method. Do you think pictures, because you don't have a picture on yours, right? A lot of yours.
What's the question?
Do you think, like, for your profile picture from a branding, I guess, perspective, is it better to have a picture of yourself or kind of like your logo?
I think it's okay to trial test it and maybe mess around with it and try it. I haven't done it one myself, but I've seen people do it and get some good reactions. I think it's cool to like switch back and forth.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I like old guy REI's kind of branding, so I don't know. It fits him. But yeah, I do like it. But yeah, he did get some suggestions sent his way with his picture on them, so I wonder if he's ever gonna use it. But there was a shoot. What there's another question I was gonna ask Joe. Oh, Joe, are you still there? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah, I'm here. I just don't want to have the phone to my ear.
oh, maybe it was kind of, but how's that new lending company you kind of been talking about or promoting quite a bit about, almost like presenting a cash offer for all your purchases?
Oh, I didn't realize you noticed that. Yeah, so I moved companies to New American Funding, and I was at F.I.R.E Mortgage for 7 years, and the companies are pretty similar, but basically, there's other programs, other companies that have a cash offer. Most of them will say, "Hey, we will basically buy the property in cash if we don't close on time." That's how most companies do a cash offer. Whereas we literally will put the offer in the name of NAF Cash, buy the property, and then the transaction is completed with the borrower like a day later. So it's only for VA loans and conventional loans. You can't do FHA because of the empty flip rule. But it's one of these things where there are some extra costs that go into it, and it can help your offer stand out. But it's really designed for making you stand out in a more of a competitive market. And I've seen this be more attractive in like Northern Virginia, here in St. Louis, Atlanta. Florida market's really, really soft, so it's not really catching traction there. But yeah, it's going well so far.
Cool. What do you mean, did I notice? Of course I noticed. Shared your videos and everything, man. What do you mean, did I notice?
You're my guy. You're my guy.
All right, you're out of here. Get out. You're drinking a little bit too much, I think.
Hey, no. So I just posted this reel today, like literally like 10 minutes ago. I asked ChatGPT. I said, "Do you think Strive 25 podcast can become a top 1% podcast?" And it spit it out some pretty surprising results. So check it out.
Is that your way of telling me to go share it? Like, is that your
I didn't say it, you did.
all right, I go take a look after this, man. Cool, man. What else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to
Hyder.
shoot the shit
So
about?
Hyder. So in I don't know, a week, a month, February at the event, what do you want us to check in on you and see what you've been doing?
Hmm. By that time, I need to have at least contacted a few owners in my area because I intend on doing the multifamily strategy here in San Diego. So it's going to be the long ball game. Probably 2 or 3 years of getting myself in the community, and then once in the community, everybody will know, hey, Hyder wants a property. So then once in the community, I should have a better advantage over anybody else for seller finance.
Mhm.
So that's really what I need to do. I need to use my Onyx Hunt app and go look at big roofs, and not too big, something like in the 10 unit area, 10 to 20 units, and then go contact them and do coffee and create relationships.
Nice.
I like that.
You self manage those?
Yes, definitely in this area, I would definitely self-manage.
What about you, Curtis? Then what are we gonna be checking in on you at the event?
Well, by then I'll be living for free, which is good. So the goal, once I get everything fixed and I get the roommate in place, I should be able to save anywhere between 3 and 4,000 a month. So I'll be pretty close to having a down payment. But kind of doing what Hyder's talking about, contacting like an owners. I have to figure out though, kind of what times. Like Hyder, it seems like he can kind of pick and choose what jobs he takes, what his schedule is. With basketball season happening now, I'm not off until 4:30. 5 o'clock? Who's meeting for coffee at 5 o'clock, And so trying to figure out ways to meet with owners or at least get in contact with owners in the meantime. One way that I do that though is by going to an event every week. Is because the people that there likely own something, and at some point they may want to sell it. So I'll be kind of tip of tongue and top of mind.
Yeah, I wish I was on Restream. I could be sharing Jared's comments, but he said Hyder can pick what special bars he can go to also. So
Sorry, man, I couldn't help it.
that's where Joe's actually at right now. He's at a special bar. Okay, what about you, Harrison? I guess we're kind of turning into February. What can we expect from you? Is your YouTube channel gonna be off the ground? Like you've been telling me how many months already?
I know it's one of those where it's been I think I've deleted 4 versions of it so far. So it's like I just need to do it. I'm such a perfectionist. It's kind of bad. Yeah, Hyder, I'm gonna need to talk to you on how to just grin and bear it and do it. So
Interview each other.
yeah, I'm down for that. So
Oh yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah, and then just hit post. Just hit
post.
post.
I know.
Name it, hit post, and let it go. Send
Yeah,
it.
I know. That's my big thing. It's like delete kind of thing. So yeah, that's gonna be the big thing is getting a few videos done. I'm hoping before Christmas, and then my other big thing is I am actually actively looking at 2 other properties right now. Doing my due diligence and seeing on what if it's feasible or not. It's one of those things where it's a buyer's market in Ohio right now. And yep, I fully understand where you're coming from, Jared. Wet basements are just the bane of my existence. So I'm trying to see where it's like, how much do I have to put into this? So that's where I'm kind of looking at right now.
Hold on, Joe's hinting again. I have to post his link to his podcast or YouTube channel. He's letting me know that I haven't done it yet. So anyone out there, go follow Joe on YouTube or even X. He's monetized on X now, so I'll put his X channel out there also. But yeah, I'm that's mine. I want to get monetized on X and YouTube by the time February comes around. I don't know if I'll be there for YouTube, but I think X I should be able to be there. But oh, Apple, sorry, man. How about you text me that link so it's easier for me to put in the comments? You can put it in the comments, Joe, if you're there. Put your Apple one. Or next time I'll save it. But yeah, I don't know if I think some of you guys might know I was talking about this one girl on X. She made 29,000 last month on X. She's but she's an outlier, definitely.
Whoa, hold on. What is she doing on X?
She does not show any titties. She put that. She posted that. I made 29K without showing any titties. But she just shit talks a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. But she made 29K last month. That was her payout. She showed her two pay or it was like 16 and 13K.
No, it was 26,000.
Oh, whatever. Sorry,
And she
man.
got 200,000 followers.
Yeah, she's yeah. You need some Crash Bro posts, Martin. Yeah. I don't know. I did get called some goofy ass Trump loving cocksucker. Somebody posted my picture and I was like, what the hell?
Damn.
Yeah, no, they actually they posted it and then they blocked me, so I couldn't say anything back to them. They posted it and then blocked me, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, how come I can't reply to this person? And then I looked and it says so and so blocked you, and I was like, ooh, what a dick.
Yeah, Harrison, we won't tell him it was you.
Oh yeah, I know. That's my other account.
The one you deleted, right?
Yeah,
Right. Maybe.
yeah, yeah, man. This was fun. This is good getting everyone on. I think I wish there. I don't know because the me and Joe did restream and it worked fine. Curtis, were you on the other week?
Yeah.
And it worked, right? Or no? I'm
Yeah.
trying the past. So I don't know what it is.
So do you guys do this often? I need to find out when you guys are doing this, see if I can make it.
Not this time. This was probably the first at this time.
Oh, okay.
Because this worked best for Hyder. So we made accommodations for the superstar to show up. So this was all for Hyder getting on, and everyone loves Hyder and wants to thank him and support him. And he's doing cool stuff out there. And not everyone probably knows who he actually is. Like they see his name all the time, commenting and talking story, but they may not actually know who he actually is. So hopefully other people can put a face now to the name. But
I have thought about changing my profile pic, but
really,
it's just, man, it's so established. I just don't know about doing it.
with your cat,
And
do you
really,
still have your
it's nothing
cats?
special. I was taking the plane ride back from Alaska, and I saw this gorgeous sky and the plane wing, and so I took a picture of it. And my son took that picture and he turned it 90 degrees and made it my profile picture. And it's just, man, it's stuck with. It is kind of rainbow though to go along with that bar theme.
Are you gonna do you still have your cat?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's in the big house, so she's not bothering me right now.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about? It doesn't have to be real estate. Doesn't have, I mean, anything. You guys want to know about each other or chit chat?
I mean, did you guys talk about Doge yet today?
We have not. So if you want to bring it up, I know there's a
Oh
lot
no,
of.
I just can't wait for all the fireworks, all the cuts, all the deletions. It's gonna be exciting. I can't wait. Just because of like just the drama. This is like reality TV. I can't wait.
Yeah.
That's it.
Every time there's a new announcement, everybody just goes nuts. It's crazy. It's like real time. Have you heard
Yeah.
the theory behind the if any of the congressmen don't play ball? Like for the
No.
primaries that are coming up in 26, I think. The idea, I think that the conspiracy theorists, they say that Musk is going to throw dollars at whoever's running against him.
Oh, wow.
Like, oh, you want to play ball? We're going to make this tough on you. And I can see that happening too.
The thing that's interesting about this whole thing, though, too, is that like, I believe in what Musk is doing. I like him, and I like the way that things are going. But at the same time, like, he's never been elected to office, and he's got so much control. So it's a little kind of crazy in that regard too.
Heider, there is a question for you. It says, how would you compare the Rebel Capitalist versus ORAD event?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. Orat was a lot more personal. Orat was really a family reunion. I've known you guys for years, and now I got to go and to meet you guys and really hang out with you guys, and that was really something special. So it was more special than Rebel Capitalist. Rebel Capitalist is the way I view it. It's more geared for the networking and the getting ahead, but Orat was more learning and cooperating together. But love them both. Absolutely love them both. Going to both again.
I have a question for you guys. In the activity in the over at school and in the community, have you seen a significant drop off in just activity from people actually acquiring properties versus 3 or 4 years ago?
Less than, I feel like there's less people battling for properties. I feel like the community's become a lot more choosy on what they're getting. And I know I'm that way as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of averaging one a year, and it kind of seems like I'm hearing less about like the bidding wars. That those are kind of gone.
Mm.
There might be a few people that do like an escalation clause, or they're asking about it, or they're asking about like how to negotiate after they're under contract. So I'm hearing more of that than maybe I did before.
Well, that's also because you buy without a shower. And you just buy properties with no shower to live in. So it's easier to
Hey, listen, man, this one's got a shower, all right, and washer dryer.
a
I
water
don't
hose
even
doesn't
know.
count. A water hose does not count as a shower.
My
Um,
little tiny house has no shower, no toilet, no washer and dryer. I've got a kitchenette and a bed.
Time out. So where do you go then, Hyder?
So I'm living in my parents' backyard behind their
Oh,
garage. So I've got my own area, but I don't own it. I own the structure somewhat. I mean, I'm just gonna give it to them. I'm not gonna pack it up and take it with me. So really they own it. But yeah, it's mine. I go into the big house and I use their restroom and I use their shower.
okay,
I
okay.
even eat their food. Mama loves to cook for me. And dude, it
nice.
works out great because I get to fix up the house. They have an on-site handyman, and they keep me busy. They keep me busy, man.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, or like you said, you're living rent free. So am I. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I guess I pay with my time, but who doesn't? And it's cheaper than any other place I can stay.
Yeah, Josh Burdick says, yeah, it slowed. He said, oh, Jason says he can't find any good cash flowing deals. And when I do, it gets crazy with the bids. Hey, Chester's stopping by. What's up, man? Man, it's gotta be late for you, Chester. You're still up. But cool. There, what was I gonna say? Oh, just something quick while you guys are all here. Do you guys think Bitcoin is gonna hit 100K
Yep.
by the end of this year, like Zuber was asking? Yeah, you guys think so?
Yeah,
What's the big investor? I forgot the guy's name. He just bought 4.5 billion Bitcoin. Um, he was on Pat Bet David's show today. I forgot the guy's name.
Oh, not
there's Paul
Michael
Tudor
Saylor, huh?
Jones,
Taylor, yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Saylor.
Michael Saylor. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I can see it hitting 100, but then I guess Meet Kevin was things that you can see it crashing right away, right when it hits that six-figure mark. I'm not disagreeing with that one as well. I'm like, yeah, I mean, because it's like the same thing with my Tesla for the end of the year. I'm like, how much do I hold on before I'm like, hey, it's been a great ride. I'm crushing the S&P right now, but I think everyone's nervous about next year, and I think that's the other reason why people are nervous about buying real estate. They're saying, well, hey, if I wait a few more months, it might be mayhem in the streets, and we can buy houses for cheaper. So
Although I think the people that think that way still probably won't.
yeah, that's probably true. I agree. Yeah.
I'm still pursuing a house that's been on market for 100 days. I've made 4 offers in the last 2 months. They're asking 540 or no 554, and I offered 470, and then I offered 475, then I offered 490 with 15K concession. So to the point where my agent was talking to their agent, and their agent said, "Don't call me anymore. Just leave me the hell alone." But somebody said in school, "Hey, why don't you wish him a happy Thanksgiving and throw him an offer?" And I might do it.
Gotcha.
Yep. Let's see. It's like a virtual Denny's hangout, Chester said. Yep.
Oh, hey, yeah, you guys are doing that, right? I'm flying in Wednesday because I heard they were doing the Denny's thing Wednesday and Thursday for ORAT, right? For Vegas.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Because I'm coming down early, and if they're not doing that, I'll be sitting. Well, I'll be in Vegas. I can find something to
Yeah,
do.
fun.
But the wife's coming. She's coming in Friday night, so I'll be there for 2 nights, and then hang out with you guys at Denny's, and then she'll fly in. So
Nice. Yeah, I think I'll get there Thursday night.
When
does
is
everybody have their place to stay?
no, I'm waiting for Mikey to let me know where he's booking. I told him, Mikey, find the place and let me know. I'll split it with you. I think he's waiting for Black Friday. I
Nice.
think. Curtis, what about Ray? Are you guys flying down together or?
I don't know if we're flying down together. He gives a little bit more flexibility than I do. But I know he'll be there. Right now that guy's juggling a lot. Holy smokes. And so you should definitely have him on to talk about all his projects.
I see. He's like doing a Airbnb kind of renovation from a distance, right? Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
All right, cool, Joe. He says he's getting kicked out or something.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yep, I'm with it.
Yeah, he's probably wearing a Trump shirt. That's why. So they're kicking him out. But let's see, Chester. Yeah, yeah. Chester had like almost like a, I don't know if jet lag is the right word, but he kind of showed up late, and then he was just tired like the whole weekend. He was like kind of just, and carrying that notebook around too was getting tiring for him too, probably. But yeah, but Chester, this year is going to be different because now you have a property. Like you are going to be like the talk of the place, I think, man. So I forget. Did Zuber say he was going to get you a ticket in person or on stage? I mean, that would be cool if he did, but hopefully that can happen. But yeah, whatever. Anything else, we can wrap it up. If anything else,
Oh, I had a question for Curtis.
right
Like to
ahead,
answer
man.
so for your question about roommates.
Mhm.
So what kind of person are you in the morning? Are you a light sleeper? Could you actually talk to the other person saying, yo,
So,
keep it down? Or
so I wake up and I leave the house. Because I have to be at the school at 6:40. So like there's not a whole lot of commingling in the morning. I'm putting on my deodorant and I'm out of the house, you know? And then I don't get back till late. So it's really just the weekends that I would possibly even commingle with this person. And so it's kind of I've been mentally going back and forth on, do I want kind of more of a friendly, like I already have a relationship with them, or do I want to just put it out on the market and do it like I would for a normal like tenant? Because the room will be about what the market rent is for a room, or maybe even slightly less, so that way I can really be selective on who I do it for. But I'm just kind of still having that debate on which party.
I can hear Dion saying, "Don't rent to friends and family."
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say don't rent to anyone attractive.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that might be a tough spot for me.
Like that's my thing. Let's
What
see.
what do you use, Curtis, to vet your tenants and what other people too?
Yeah, so I've tried three uh in different things, and I like Himlane the best, but I've used apartments.com. Theirs was good. I got a good tenant with that one. I just don't like their interface. So
Hmm.
that's why I moved on. And then after apartments.com, I went to like the Zillow.
Oh,
They're
really? Did that work?
yeah, theirs was pretty good, and I still have a tenant that pays through it. And their interface isn't as good either. It's a little bit tough to keep track of like expenses and things like that. It's good for finding the tenants and getting the rent, but as far as like the back end and like keeping the records of everything, I don't like it. So I now use like Himlane because it's kind of an all-in-one type of deal.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got Rent Ready, but I've never used it because I'm using a property manager. So if I do this co-living thing, I'm gonna have to learn that part.
Yeah. I would check out in Himlin from what, because I actually got to talk to Dana, because she's really responsive via an email, and I believe they do rent by the room there too.
Really? I didn't know that. I'll definitely
Because
have to check that
like
out.
you could break the property up into separate like the units, and then it's all there, and then you can even link your card to, so anytime you spend the thing, then you can just track the expense. Um,
Cool.
I I like it. I think it's fairly cheap for, sorry, inexpensive for the product that you get.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
I like that
Uh,
catch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chester's asking if anyone has you or uses Rentcast over Rentometer.
Yeah, I use Rentcast. That's probably the one I use for gauging the area. For the most part, it's been pretty on par with everything.
Is it ever like lagging? Because I know the issue with Rentometer is sometimes it would lag or, um,
I would just say it's like be sure your your filter is correct, because sometimes it's like, oh yeah, my property is like, it says it's 3.2, but actually it's a 4.1. So it's like, just make sure that you check that. But for the most part, actually, and what was the other thing? Just make sure that, yeah, you're in the right neighborhood. Sometimes it'll go to if it doesn't find enough properties, it'll go somewhere else and say, oh yeah, it's the same thing. No, it's not. It's not. So those are the only things I would say.
Jason is asking, can we not say cheap anymore?
Cheap to me, I've I've said it enough where people are like, well, it sounds bad, like a negative connotation. And so now I'm beginning to say inexpensive.
Yeah,
like saying,
my late uncle used to correct that all the time. He said cheap is quality, inexpensive is price.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like saying a high calorie individual or high caloric individual or whatever. Can't say certain things anymore, I guess. But that is, yeah, rent cast to Harrison's Point, Chester said. But yeah, cool. This was fun. I think the time worked out well. I think it was a little bit different audience, a little bit different turnout. Not everyone gets up as early as I do, so maybe people are, getting ready for school or teaching and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe we'll try to do this time more often or every once in a while. Um, yeah, hope you guys had fun. I mean, I think, like I said, anything you want to wrap it up with? Any other questions? Anybody, any shout outs to anyone or any videos you got coming out, Curtis, for someone to check out, or Jared or anyone?
Yeah, before the end of the month, I'll have kind of a before and after of the projects that I've been doing, kind of that room to turn over and then a creation of a new room.
I
What
hired a
about you?
VA to do my video editing because I don't have the time going back to work. So I'm going to start doing that. I was going to probably reach out to you guys and do that, interview content, but I'm trying to see how things are going and working with it. I'm trying to figure out how he operates. So he's
The
in.
same editor that Frank uses? Because if you do, I'm never going to be in any of those videos. I get cut out
No,
of
it's do you know Amin? Crap, I was just on his
Aaron.
channel.
Oh, Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah,
Aaron,
yeah,
yeah,
Aaron.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's his editor guy. He's
Oh,
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah, nice.
Onkit's his name, Onkit. And then I hired a bookkeeper too. So I'm trying to, now that I'm back to work, I don't have the time to do any of this stuff. So been reaching out to other investors and find out who they use and who they recommend. And so this bookkeeper I found, I'm super stoked about. He's working on it right now. He's out of Pakistan. So um, super happy. That book, Who Not How, if you guys haven't read it, it's a good book. So
Yeah, one of my roommates in college when I was at Cal State Northridge was from Pakistan. A funny dude, man. I don't know. I wonder what happened to that guy. After I left college over there, I haven't talked to him, but actually, I think I found him on Facebook. I reached out to him, but he never responded. But yeah, he used to love Married at Children. He loved like Al Bundy. He used to love watching that show. Like that was like his idol. Al Bundy was like his idol. But yeah, I don't know. We're just talking about whatever. But cool. Yeah, everyone, thanks for doing this, and we'll do it again. And thanks everyone for stopping by. And
on the way out, did you guys hear that Willie Nelson died?
wait, are
Yeah,
you being
really?
serious or there's a joke
Yeah,
with
yeah.
this?
He was playing on the
Really?
road again.
You and Dividend Dave are gonna have a blast together. I think. I think Dividend Dave. He said he's gonna be there. The last time I talked to him, he said he's gonna be in Vegas.
I bought his ticket last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I couldn't. It was sold out, and I was asking everybody, and he said he couldn't go. And I was like, dude, I need to buy it. So I bought Dividend Dave's ticket. So I was Dave last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet he raised the price on you too, knowing him.
No.
I know that guy. He's probably, yeah, I'm gonna make a few bucks on this. All right, everyone. Have a good rest of the evening, and then we'll do this again. We'll figure out what times work best for us. Thanks, everyone.
You guys. Bye.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks,
That was
Mark.
fun.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you.